Well, for those of you that were here yesterday, you've of course already met Immy Callister, and I know that big shout out for the people that obviously are joining us today for the first time here and online at home. But for those of you that haven't met Immy before, you're about to. Immy Callister obviously runs the Media Coach. She is also, Immy, by the way, this isn't just stuff that she's made up, because Immy's actually studied communications, media, journalism, university degree level, and of course she's been practicing on the ground with real estate agents around the country for many, many, many years. I think though, is anybody in the room, can I get a show of hands for anybody 40 or over? And by the way, we can tell, so if you think we can't, the Botox ain't helping, right? All right, so for all of you, Jazzy has a message. And Jazzy's message is this: you need to listen up today, because she is using your age against you in listing presentations, and apparently you haven't touched your Facebook page since 2017, and we're actually going to work out whether or not Facebook is even a thing anymore, and by the time we're finished, who knows, you might be TikToking your way out of here, I don't know, but let's give it up for Immy Callister.
My name is Immy Callister, and what an honour and a privilege it is to be with you today. To give you a bit of a brief insight into my background, there's a lot of slides here that aren't mine. To give you a bit of a brief insight into my background, I was formerly a broadcast newsreader and journalist for Channel 7 and 10. And I do have the world's best newsreading voice. That's all from the Media Coach. I'm Immy Callister. Thanks for joining me. But I very quickly realised my job was dead, because nobody was watching the news anymore. So I made the heartbreaking decision to leave the industry, but I was going to master what was going to take it, and that is digital and social media. And I very proudly run 3 companies today across the real estate landscape globally. One is the Media Coach Social Media Management and Lead Generation. One is the Media Coach Text Message Lead Generation. And I very proudly stand in front of you today. In 2 weeks' time, my dear friend and business partner, Maddie Steinwade, will take to the AREC stage and present the Ultimate Agent System, which I'm so excited to share a little bit with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, my purpose today is one thing. I'm going to grow your business and I'm going to grow your brand. But I need your help to get started. I need someone with incredibly large kahunas to get up here and join me. And if you have these incredibly large kahunas, you're going to get access to Agent School, which will transform into the Ultimate Agent. And even better yet, I'm going to let you be part of the very first 12-week coaching program in which you will sit down with Matt Steinwade and I, who currently ranks top 10 in the country, and learn from us both over a 12-week series. So I can see there's some very big kahunas in the room here. You know, get up here. Yay, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up. Now, what we're going to be doing today, I'll just get you to sit here in this seat if that's okay. What we're going to be doing today is a world-class marketing experiment, all right? Now, I'm not a scientist, but I do have Google, all right? So, in order to do this, I Googled experiment, and I found a lot of people in, like, white coats. I didn't have one of those, but I've got one of these for you today. So I just need you to pop up. This is a serious experiment. So, yes, thank you. Take it seriously. Here we go. Gosh, you look good in pink. What are your brand colours there, doll? I never thought I'd have a baldy in this. There we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, how good does that look? Hey? Right. Now, I also Googled experiment, and apparently it's got to be blind. Now, a lot of people were blind last night, but I, of course, have this for you today. So I just need you to pop that over your head. You're looking very sexy. Right, crank up the lights, everybody. Live on Instagram, Facebook, let's fucking go. And strip him naked. No, just kidding. Sit down here for me. Oh, you're blind. Sorry, I forgot. All right, so let's get this marketing experiment underway. Okay, what I need you to do is take a sip of this. I'm going to place it into your hand here. That's it. And we're just going to purse it to the lips. There we go. Oh, how was that for you?
Phenomenal.
Great. Refreshing?
Oh, a little bit.
Okay, wow. All right. Take notes, everyone. Right. One more to go here. Right, how was that for you? Pop it up to the lips. How was that for you?
Exactly the same.
What? Are you kidding me? Take your blindfold off immediately. Are you kidding me? That's one I got from the toilet and tap. This one I paid $4 for. Not to mention it's in a media coach cup. You couldn't tell the difference.
Not at all.
Water, ladies and gentlemen. Water. It comes in all different bottles. Yet, they've all got different price points. You know what my favourite thing to do? Rock up to a real estate office. What's the green one? San Periago? Well, how do you say it? That's the one. I know you all know those names. And then the agent comes out and goes, would you like ice with that? What, with your tap water? No, mate, that's $12. What a waste. Yet blind tests, he was blind. Did everyone see that? Blind, right? Say that people cannot tell the difference. They do not know the difference. And purchasing 600 millilitres of Mount Franklin, you can get 1,000 litres of it in the tap. Yet Australia remains one of the highest nation of water bottle users. Why? Branding, marketing, advertising. Write it down for me right now before you give this kind gentleman a very big round of applause for me. Thank you so much. I will grab your, can I get you to Instagram me and I'll get my team to say, you can keep that if you want. You do look very good in that. Thank you so much. And also, you've got very large kahunas. No, well, thank you. That'd be beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, branding, marketing, advertising, 3 words, very different meanings, yet we don't know them. Branding, what is my unique selling point as an agent? Marketing, what channels am I using to get that message displayed? And advertising, who am I paying to amplify that message? Every single day I work with some of the most elite performing agents now very proudly globally. And there's 3 things I constantly work on. There are multiple different ways as an agent that you can connect with people in your marketplace. I want to go through them quickly with you now. Property portals, realestate.com.au. Everybody know what that is? Congratulations, well done. You've passed the masterclass test. Social media. Who here loves posting on social? Fabulous, fabulous. Anybody that didn't put their hand? Get out. Who here loves running an ad on social media? Yeah, good boy, good boy. Anybody post nudes? They're very good for engagement, ladies and gentlemen. They'll boost you right. Okay, perfect. Social media is obviously one of my favourite spaces and will totally transform your brand. 97% of all Australians now engage in social media with an average of 5 to 7 hours a day on the platform. Don't be scared of it, start to understand it, and I want to share with you the strategy that is going to exactly do that. Print. So at the front of a house, there's a letterbox, right? It doesn't ding, but you put letters in it for all the young guns in the room. So you look quite young. So you just have this letterbox. It's kind of located next to the wheelie bins, and you just pop letters in it. Yeah, and sometimes you can get a billboard. Yeah, it's not digital though, just very flat. Print is still incredibly important. Everybody still has a letterbox. Let me transform the way you do things there. Calls. Who here loves calls? Fucking no one. Right? Me either. Every real estate coach in the country, do your calls. Don't do them. 79% of people won't answer a mobile call if they don't know the number calling. Sucks to be you if you're doing 100 of those and 79% aren't answering. Who here experiences that? Yep, it's the truth. It's data science. Sexy texts. Who here sends a sexy text? You will not look at a text message the same way, ladies and gentlemen, after today. You won't. You'll be sending them out daily. Email. Who here has a chickybabe123 that they email other agents' listings on? At gmail.com? Hottie to toddy? Chunky muff? No? Oh, come on, ladies and gentlemen. I see you. I get access to my agents' profiles. Can I just have the price guide? Agent. Fun fact, if you look at the property portals and engagement behind those property portals on a typical campaign, 70% are buyers, 10% are sellers, and the other percent are other agents. Learn to master email from that point of view. Every single property inquiry, I want to ask you in question, are you just responding to them or are you asking them a question back? Because guess who won't give you their mobile number when they inquire? The seller, right? Or the agents. We're going to go through a little bit of a digital health check along the way. And of course, I'm going to give you some of my top door knocking dialogue. Does anybody here still door knock? Love a door knock? Good. Love a door knock, rocking up to people's home uninvited. Do it all the time. Right. You've got to choose 3. Write them down right now. I don't care if you don't like calling, don't do it. If you don't like text message, you will at the end of the day, don't do it. But I want you to choose 3. In order for you to transform your business, it's going to take commitment. It's also going to take consistency. The plan I'm not going to give you is not going to happen overnight. I've been rocking up to the gym once a week and heading to Macca's and going, why aren't I losing my baby weight? If I go to the gym 5 days a week and put down the carbs, guess who will lose weight? Guess who will grow your business if you remain consistent? So, raise of hands, who's going to help me today in growing your business with you? I love it. A little bit more energy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. All right. When it comes to growing a real estate business, I want you to write these words down for me right now. It's conversation. Conversation equals relationship. Relationship equals nurture. Nurture equals client. And then the client goes back into nurture. Well, a babe, obviously. Yeah, no, it's quick. I do talk fast and I've only got 40 minutes. So it's only going to get quicker from here. So, every real estate agent in the country likes to do this. And you all look very attractive today in your fine suits. But I dare you tonight to give this a go. You look like a fine young chap there. What's your name? No, you. I'm looking at you. Michael. And last name? McClure. And what's your full address?
24 Neal Street.
Okay, fantastic. And your full mobile number? Great. Can I come over tomorrow? Okay, see that, ladies and gentlemen? Knock back and look how hot I am. Why do we do this on social media but spend our life building conversations in the rest of our forms of marketing? I don't want you to find a seller. I want you to understand the power of a conversation. And what is a conversation? It is to identify that you have selling-based activities in the next 5 years. It's for me to build world-class brand awareness with you and let you know I exist. And it's to build and fill the gaps in your CRM. I know you're all taking photos, so I'll take a pause. Let's go. Now, before we do get into the top performing strategies, I'm going to put you through a little bit of media school, okay? The first one that I want you to understand is there's 3 golden rules of real estate marketing, and these will always operate no matter what you're doing. The first rule that you must understand is, does it have all the information or is something hidden to create a reply? Just listed. 3 beds, 2 cars, 1 bath. Perfectly situated in the heart of Geelong, this is an exceptional home and offers the family everything they could physically want. Here's everything you need to know about it, including the link. Immy, why did no one contact me? Because you gave them everything, mate. Right? Understand that art. The goal of all forms of marketing is conversation. How do you create a conversation? Leads me to my third one. Every form of marketing should have a question. Do you know how many real estate businesses I go into and I'm like, could I have a look at your email marketing strategy? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, and how many replies do you get off this? None. Really? Does it have a question at the end? Master this one. I'd love to help you with your property goals. Are you researching the market to buy, sell, or invest? Every email, every realestate.com inquiry that hits your business needs to go at the end. And the last one that is so incredibly important is, does it look like an ad or does it look like a personal message to me? Does anybody here want to take a guess on average how many people in Australia see an ad or the amount of ads they see in a day? It's 5,000 to 7,000. If you think that little DL is going to hit home, it's not. It might with this next strategy coming up. The second media schooling is understanding 3 powerful pillars in all forms of content. I used to write headlines to more than 2 million people, and my goal is always to engage and captivate them and to get them to read my article. And there are 3 major core values that you need to constantly scream in your marketing, because as soon as people pick this up, it'll transform the way they read it. Number 1 is proximity. Scream the suburb, scream the street. Proximity is the value that we are interested in things that are close by to us. If I said to you today, Bondi Beach is on fire, you'd probably go, who gives a shit? But if I said the W is about to light up like no one's business, you'd be like, I'm near that. People care about one thing, and it's what's close to them. Timeliness. Auctioneers love this because it creates urgency in their marketing. This is happening now, it's changing. And lastly, impact. Every agent in the country, can I run my testimonials? I personally call them testies, just for a bit of fun. No, because it's about you. It's not about the person reading the marketing message. This has impacted your home's value. This has increased your home's value. This has changed your home's value. There are 2 things anybody wants to constantly know. Has my home grown or gone down in value since I purchased it? And how long, if I chose right now, would it take me to sell if I put it on the market? So, who here chose text message? Yay! Love you all. I love sexy texts. Guys, the reality is every day I get incredibly passionate about one thing. I try and teach my clients that the real estate appraisal is dying. People know their value of their home. Yet our industry is built is, do you want to know how much your home's worth? Let me in the door. Joel does that only a couple of times. The second thing I'm incredibly passionate about is teaching that and it's hard to believe this, I know. Every year I go back to the University of New South Wales and I lecture new upcoming students on media. It's a surprise, I know, that they let me in the door. But part of that, I get consumer insight and research on how Australians are doing things. Less Australians have a phone here. Less and less are going to answer your calls. Their phone is here. It is still in their hand. But you have to learn the power of communication in writing to someone, because we can't be the old school agent. They're not going to answer. Who here feels that sometimes, that people ghost you, don't answer their calls? Yeah. It's only going to get worse, because I've seen it rise. And that's why I want to teach you the power of sexy text. Every day I send out about 20,000 messages, and that's just to my boyfriend pipeline. Just kidding. That is for my agents. And I even move so close that I target all the data that I am texting in the back end of Facebook. So every day, people wake up and see Matt Steinway just listed, Matt Steinway just sold. Calvin spoke yesterday, Calvin just listed, Calvin just sold. And then my platform auto-pixelates who's being targeted that data and engaged in that content. And then I fire out a sexy text. On average, I hit around 400 appraisals every single day. Here are some of my top performing templates that I would love for you to use today. I gave a presentation recently and I had to come back and I said, has anyone done any of the strategies I gave them? And he said, I sent out a text message, one of your templates. I said, okay, did you? How many did you send? 300. How many appraisals did you get? 18. From one text message round? Yeah. Have you done that again? Nah. You have to be consistent. You can't just send out one round of sexy text and say, I'm a god. I hope you say I'm a god because I set the template. You have to create consistency in your business. What does that look like? Just listed, 3 beds, 3 baths. I don't care about my neighbour's home that you've just listed. I have a house in the suburb. Immy, I wanted to personally invite you to the property in case you had any family or friends interested in moving close by, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to see it first. Otherwise, I'll keep you up to date with the sale price. Have a wonderful day. Then I hit them with the sold. Now you can do 2 things. You can choose at this point to reveal the sale price, or you can write a little, if you'd like to know how much the property sold for or how much it's increased your home, please don't hesitate to contact me. As soon as you give them the sale price, guess what they'll do? Not contact you. You've given them exactly what they want. Remember, my goal is conversation. There's always a dickhead. Why don't you just tell it to me? Because I wanted to communicate. And I wanted to see that you are interested, and you are. So now you're in my hot pipeline, buddy. You do need to touch your database at least once a quarter. So I create quarterly funnels amongst investors, and also I create quarterly funnels with my potential vendors in my marketplace. Please understand, overdoing it every month will see you get hammered. But consistency is key, and a quarterly touch point is transforming my clients' businesses. What about if I, every quarter, just kept you up to date with what's happening in the market? I didn't ask you if you wanted to sell your home. I gave you a little bit of market insight and I offered you something. My team will soon scale up into the end of financial year report, and targeting will actually begin today. Little bit of the don'ts, ladies and gentlemen. Please understand, you do have to have some unsubscribed and opt-outs. If you don't have great data, Instagram me. You need to Instagram me and I will help purchase that data for you. Social media. I'm not going to go into posting today, but who here was a raise of hands who said they just posted? Love your ads. You suck though. It won't go anywhere. Recently, I had a client call me and he said, oh, hi, Immy, I've heard a lot about you. I was like, well, thanks. It's lovely. He said, I've got to get on social media. I said, do you? Why? He said, because, it's changing things, but it sucks. It never does anything. So this conversation's going really well, Toddy. What have you been doing on social media? I've been posting. Okay, fantastic. How often are you posting? 3 times a week? Wow, that's great. Well done. And how many followers do you have? 900. Wow, basically famous. And are you boosting or are you running an ad? I'm boosting. They're the same thing. No, Toddy. No. Boosting is a complete waste of money. It's basically just going to your followers. Oh, didn't know that. So how many of your followers live in your marketplace? 1? Right. See, it's like me doing a DL, dropping it to your office, and then not targeting it to your marketplace. If you're sitting here or any of your team is sitting here posting, you're not going anywhere. There is 3 forms of media you always need to engage in. Own media, earned media, and paid media. Today, I'm going to transform your paid media side to your brand. There are 3 ads that you always need to run across your real estate brand. And please understand, my highest performing ad at the moment, as a result of the lowest stock in the market, is my Just Listed campaign. But it needs to be done differently. So the 3 ads that you specifically want to target is a brand awareness or what's considered an appraisal campaign. These can include price updates or market reports. You want to send out those sexy solds, but by God, do not put the sold price on them. Do you understand me? Because they will never click. And then, of course, the listed will transform your business, as this allows you to get vendor paid marketing off your clients and you don't pay 1 cent, and I build your brand and accelerate your listings. Who here gets vendor paid marketing? God, I love you. You can tell they're all leaders, Manos. You really can. So, for those that didn't put your hand up, I want to firstly talk about the point of everything I do on social media. What's the one thing I focus on in all forms of marketing? Conversation. Oh, you guys are really listening, loving it. Conversation. Don't ask them to fill out forms. Don't drive them to other real estate brands. Don't drive them to websites. Drive them to a conversation. And every time you pull them into that conversation, you ask questions. Biggest mistake I see. Oops, I didn't mean to click on this. You don't accidentally click on an ad, champion. Most agents, that's okay. No. That's no problem. Thank you so much for browsing our posts. While I have you, I'm preparing a few reports for neighbours today. Would you like me to email you a free price update on your home? No, mate, just come on over. That property's now listed, all from an oops, nosy neighbour stalking one of my listings. Every bot that fires back, and you do need automation, if they write back both, my job's to investigate. I will reverse look your data up. I will put you into my pipeline and I will target you. And then I'll send you a sexy text. I want to run through some really quick VPA dialogue on how to sell it, because this top performing ad that you do, should you choose to implement it, will transform how you can leverage your agent brand. Manos, as I stand in front of you today, one of my biggest things I want to do is achieve you the highest possible sale price. And in order to do that, what I need to do is create competition on your property. Why? Well, what we know is competition breeds price. The more competition, the more buyers I get together, and the more that funnel rises as they negotiate against each other. So how do you create competition on a home? It's through strategic buyer marketing. I have prepared that for you today. The first thing I'd like to discuss with you before I jump into that is the 2 different types of buyer groups that we are looking for. One is an active buyer and one is a passive buyer. 2 very different behaviours. An active buyer wakes up every single day, jumps on realestate.com.au and starts to browse for their property of their dreams. They use specific suburbs and postcodes, and they get highly targeted in what they are looking for. These are my head-focused buyers. My passive buyer is in a circumstance of change. They are upsizing, they are downsizing, they are moving, but they're not necessarily on realestate.com.au. But I need to target them correctly in order to reach my entire buyer marketing audience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a pre-market strategy and target absolutely every single buyer that's pre-qualified in my buyer database. I'm going to send them an email and I'm going to fire them out a text message. For my active audience, I've got the highest scale package on realestate.com.au. This will see your property rotate every 15 days and hit back to the top. Every agent has this tool. It's the way in which we respond to it rapidly that makes it so different. Of course, I'm going to run out a direct letter to your neighbours, and I'm going to offer them the opportunity to see the property first in case they have any family or friends interested in moving close by. But social media is so important, and social media will transform your business and brand. Will transform your property should I put it in front of the top audience. I have 3 packages available for you today. But what I want to let you know is this is my insurance policy to you. It's my insurance policy to ensure I have achieved you a premium result. Guys, I am about 10 minutes over. Is it okay if I keep talking, or would you like me to? Yes, keep talking. I think we might need to maybe shorten that. Okay, sorry. All right. So what I'll do, guys, is if you do want my free kit, please feel free to take a code now, and I will send you my strategic buyer marketing kit. If you don't, I promise I'll get my slides out and you can Instagram me. Everybody, I've talked about calls. It's obviously not the most game-changing thing you can do. However, if you want to absolutely saturate, your call time should hit under 14 seconds. It should use the law of because. Hi, Immy, I'm calling you today because one of your neighbour's properties has sold and has actually changed your property's value. Would you like me to provide you with a price update on your home this week or next? I didn't ask you if you wanted appraisal. I told you you're going to get one. 14 seconds, no thank you. No worries, I promise to keep you up to date with local property prices. Have a wonderful day. Sold calls will continue to be the highest performing value for us. Obviously the don'ts, do not call the do not call register, but do definitely text it. Your print strategy will transform you should you choose to not send out DLs, including just listeds and solds. I know I only have 5 minutes, so I am going to rush through this, and I do get incredibly passionate when I talk. So, we have to have core structure and pillars. Value, results, then I will ask you if you'd like to know what your home's worth, and then I'm going to add you a personal touch. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks a little bit like this. Results letter. Every quarter gets fired, rapid fired to all my agents' markets. Personal touch. Did anybody hear Calvin talk yesterday? Calv took this letter, 42 listings last year off this. 42. Why? Because it doesn't look like an ad. And no, you don't handwrite these out. You write one out, copy and paste it into Canva and send it to print. I think Matt still thinks Jordan writes his handwritten cards, never has. Then what I'll do is every quarter I will put a quarterly market plan at your doorstep with all the highest performing sales, making other agents look like mine, and you're welcome and there's nothing you can do about it. Then every 6 months I will have this at your doorstep. But I do that over and over and over and over again. Joel, you're not going to like my next slide. The don'ts. Don't put it in junk mail. Joel's naughty and does. But the real thing that you need to understand here, ladies and gentlemen, is it does go against the requirements, and I have had an agent breached. See, Joel, social media is so much easier. Door knocking dialogue obviously is really still very important. When you do rock up to them, never ask them if they're selling. Rather than do that, focus on asking them if they would know if any of their neighbours would be interested in achieving a premium on their home because you have a highly qualified buyer. If they have any intention, they'll very quickly pop back to you saying, I do. I would. The don'ts, wear deodorant, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody likes a stinky bastard. As far as your emails are concerned, the last thing that I just want to mention to you is the more that you make them look pretty, the less they will perform. Most of my clients' emails now sit under 14 words. Hi, Immy, your neighbour's property has sold on Smith Street. Would you like to know the sale price or how much it's increased local property values? Hope you're having a fantastic day. That's it. No banners, no text, straight to the point. There's so many rules in email marketing, so let's not even go there. As I leave you today, I want to let you know something incredibly important. Nobody is safe from the arms of creating a conversation. There is plenty of dickheads out there that you will meet absolutely every day. But what is incredibly important is you never let that one person deter you from growing your business. Here's a client of mine being told to go away only before telling me I'd like to sell your home. Another one told me to get effed on a Saturday night before asking me to come on over. I see this every single day. Charrie writes and sells more than 300 homes a year. 20-30% of those listings are now driving from social. I've had such a fun time with you guys today, and I know I've talked very fast. I'm sorry, I thought I had 40 minutes, but I do apologise that I did run through those last slides. I obviously want you to get a copy of my slides because of that, so please do reach out to me. Also, if you would like to do the follow-up session of this, of the lead masterclass, because I have done so quickly, I would love to share that with you too. Before I leave this stage, I've talked about a few things: AI, client communication, and lots of things. But I want to let you know my favourite thing about this business. Real estate has nothing to do with property or technology. It has got to do everything with people. Have a conversation and your business will triple. I'm Immy Callister, the media coach. Thank you for joining me.
Fantastic. Thanks, Immy.